Hello, welcome to Fabric Friday. And yes, I have them here. This is basically the first haul of 2025 because I have ordered some fabric for the costumes or like me hessian for the potato sacks and a few other bits and bobs, but this is a big haul. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, I've opened them up to have a look through, but this tells you where I get them from. These are a great resource and they have some lovely fabrics. In fact, this is the only place I buy mine now. So this box I will show you in a moment because it is actually brilliant. This is the first box. It has a lot of items in it, so I'll get them out and go through them with you. Right, I've got them out and the slow we go through them, hey? Let's just move these out of the way. Because I've just had a peek in, I've not pulled them out and had a good look. First one, it's a lovely navy velour velvet stretch. Yes, as I said, it's a lovely dark navy blue stretch velvet velour, and I got a metre of that, and that was one of the most expensive ones. That's £4.75 a metre, so it's less than a fiver, which is not bad at all. This I've had before, and it's a faux suede, so it's nice and soft on that side. It's a heavier weight fabric, brilliant for doing sweatshirts. There's no stretch one way, but there is stretch the other way, so it's only a two-way stretch fabric. And this is a beige. Yeah, this I got 2 meters of it, and it's £1.95 a metre, so that's like it's less than £4 for 2 meters, and that will do me. If I wanted to, I could do a pair of ski pants out of it, or leggings and sweatshirt top, whatever. This is like quilted, but it's no stretch that way, but again it's a two-way stretch. So that they were selling at £1 a metre, so I got 2 meters of it. I should have got more actually, but 2 meters will get me going for a while. This is another one of the expensive sort. It's a lovely, very, very soft stretch velvet, and it stretches in just two-way, and that's £4.50 a metre, so I've got 1 metre of it. This is the same type of fabric but a different design. It's a two-way stretch again, lovely and soft. I do like a bit of velvet velour. This look totally different. That's one thing about buying online. It doesn't always look the same when you see it in person, but this is, yeah, it's a two-way stretch and use it for something. And how much was it? Yeah, I got 1 metre and it was £2.50 a metre. This I bought 4 metres of because I know a lot of things I'm going to use for it. And again, it's more or less a 4-way stretch because it does stretch a bit that way, but not as much as that way. And that was extremely good value. If I can find it. Yeah, I got 4 metres of it, and they were selling it for £1 a metre. So that's a lot of fabric for £4. This is another one of the faux suede with a stretch to it, and for some reason I got 4 metres of that, probably because it was only £1.50 a metre, and I do like that feel of that. This is another one similar to these others, £4.50, but more of a greeny, and it's stretch again. This, I don't know why I bought this. There's no real stretch to it, but it's going to get used for something. I thought this would actually be softer than it is. Not bad. It's not as though it's rough, but it's not as soft as I thought, and the stretch in it isn't very much. And that's plain, no, static print, thick knit jersey fabric, and they're selling that off at £2 a metre. So I got 3 metres of it. Now these are cuddle fleece blankets, so all the edges are finished. Now I won't use them as blankets. They're £4.95 each. Does it say? It doesn't say how much fabric is in it, but I thought it was quite good. It's about 1.5 metres and lovely and soft. Definitely used for something. Next bag. This is what they call a linear jersey fabric, and so there is stretch to it, and they're selling this at £1 a metre. So I've got a couple of metres of that in that colour and a couple of metres in the white. This is some lovely wine coloured sweatshirt fabric. Yeah, it's a wine coloured sweatshirt fabric that they're selling reduced to £2.50 a metre. So I bought 2 metres of that. So again, I could make a sweatshirt and a pair of dog bottoms. We'll see what I decide. Now the scrap bundles. Let me move these a bit so you can see better. And it isn't scrap, they're actually plain fleece sweatshirt remnants, and there's supposed to be around about 1 metre of each one, And that's £7, so that's quite good. And there's colours in here. Let's have a look at those. One, two, three colours in here, and they're about a metre and a half each. So that's 4.5 metres of fabric for £7. And it's sweatshirt fabric. This is a pack out the way. I'm running out of space. This is a pack of stretch remnants. You can't choose colours or anything like that, but there's one, and I've actually got some of this over that I bought not in a remnant pack, so that'd be brilliant to go with that. Yeah, I bought that a while ago. Yeah, as I'm saying, I'm counting the fabrics. There's about 5 or 6 in there, round about a metre each, and they were £7 again, so very good value. This is printed fleece remnants. Again, they're about a metre and a half each, and there's 3 colours in there. And they're the most expensive. They're £9 for the bundle, which is a bit more expensive, but you get a lot of the same colour fabric. So I want to make some fleecy sweatshirt things this winter, but the thing that I'm most pleased about is this box. It's amazing. Let's move things around a bit. This box altogether cost £7, which is not much when you see exactly what's in there. For some odd reason they sent me a plain brown packaging. There's some fabric here. I have been through this and put it in piles, if you like. This pile is non-stretch. It's just a woven. There's some linen in here, cotton blends, but some are printed, some are plain, and they're all different sizes, because this is what they call a scrap box. So this, don't know what that's for, but you've got width of fabric by about 8 inches on there, width of fabric by about 4.5 inches there. A bit of a stretch to that. There's some stretch scraps here. I mean, these I had a look at, and width of fabric, but you can see there's a great big hole in it. the scraps. So I can use these for cuffs, for ribbing around a neckline, or even adding them into any clothes I make. And there's this fluffy one. Don't know what I'm going to do with all these scraps, but that's what scraps are for. So you can figure out and do something interesting with them. There's some actual toweling fabric which has no stretch to it at all, but it's lovely soft. See if the pieces are big enough and I can make some face cloths, hand towels, whatever. This is some two lots of white there. There is no stretch to any of these because, oh there is, there's stretch to that one. Yeah, so I could use them because it's lovely and soft and nice and white. I could use them with this to make a lovely raglan sweatshirt. Got the same in this lilac colour, bit of a stretch to it, good. Bit of a stretch. And these are sweatshirting fabrics, so that'll make a nice sweatshirt with the white. These are more fleece, but scraps of fleece, so that's with the fabric by about 5 inches, something like that. This is about half a metre, well no, it's width of fabric anyway, by about 20 inches, something like that, and it's a lovely fleece. Trying to pick up where my camera went off. This is another fleece, similar pattern to this one and similar size as well. Thin width of fabric by about 7 inches, something like that, 6-7 inches. We've got it in a sage green, by a bit wider. There's this lovely wine colour fleece, bit wider still. Rainbows, by about, what, 15 inches width of fabric. Pink hearts, 8 to 10 inches width of fabric. They're sort of like a leopardy thing. 10 inches width of fabric. And this is the last one, please. And it's about 10 inches width of fabric. Now, something like this, you could leave the edges raw actually, because it doesn't fray. It doesn't look like it anyway. Or you could finish the edges off and you've got a nice little scarf there. And all the rest of this fabric, scraps, for £7. So that's quite a bit. And in fact I think I will make a scarf for my son out of that. The reason I've had this scrap box is because one, it's very good value and the sizes. I realise I've been colour blocking for years. This is a top I made 5 years ago, something like that. And this is the front. It's a grey stretch velvet with sequins on the sleeves, and the back is the grey stretch velvet again with like a gathered peplum, if you like, at the bottom. So I've been colour blocking for years, because normally I make an outfit, a garment, and then I use whatever scraps I've got left, or I used to have the remnant packs, and make another garment. Now I've got a lot more to go through, and it's going to take me a year easy to go through them. This is another top in a design similar to the one I've just showed you, where this is, I've got pink leggings as well to match this, and it's obviously pink at the top, but the back, the peplum part of it, is lace, and I thought that looks very nice because it isn't going to show any skin off because I've got the pink leggings to go with it. So I've been colour blocking for years and didn't realise it. But I remember when I made this, and I think I've got a video about it. I'll link it if there is. But I made this pair of ski pants, this top, and out of the pink I made what are they called? Pyjamas for Lurch's 2 grandchildren, which is now 3 grandchildren. But now I've got to find somewhere to put all this. So this is my fabric haul in 2025. Right, as I said the other week, I was making some fancy dress costumes for both me and Lurch, and I've put a photograph in now of both of the costumes I made. I'm going to have to go back and redo some of this because my camera turned itself off. I don't know why, so it might look a bit different, but I'll redo it. But my fabric haul for 2025. Thank you. Bye.